Welcome to SeikoModder.com's quick guides to your fast track to mastering Seiko mods. In this video, we're showing you how to attach a bezel insert quickly and cleanly. No fluff, just what you need to know. Let's get started. Here we have a modified Seiko SKX that is waiting for its bezel insert to be installed. It's been wrapped up in some protective plastic to keep it safe. This modified SKX is an old one. It's been brought back to life with a few modifications. It has been fitted with a double dome sapphire made for a sloped insert. These crystals are thicker than the OEM Seiko Hardlex glass and sapphire crystals that work with the flat inserts. These adhesive bezel stickers made by 3M, but you may see others out there, have an excellent adhesion for your bezel and insert. These are essentially die-cut double-sided tape. You just need to make sure everything's clean, starting with your bench. So we're giving it a wipe to be sure it's free of dust. If you bought these in large quantities, they will often come packaged in bags of 10. You might find it easier to remove one from the bag with tweezers rather than getting your fingers inside the bag. We need to remove the central part of the adhesive sticker, as this is the waste and is surplus to requirement. We are doing this here with a screwdriver, but you can use anything with a point or sharp edge. This is done by scoring around the predefined die-cut edge. If you choose not to remove the waste from the center, you may find removing the usable part of the bezel insert tape is hindered. The die does a good job with the initial cut, but it is not perfect. The adhesive bezel tape is going to be applied to the bezel here. You're going to want to be sure that the steel is clean of any grease, dirt or dust. We have cleaned this prior to producing this video. However, you may want to use a cotton swab with something like isopropanol to be sure that the area is cleaned before application. You want to let the area dry and then give it a dust off. Now we have the bezel prepped for application. We can remove the bezel insert tape from its backing paper. We are using some pointed number 4 tweezers. These are very sharp, allowing us to have a very small surface area in contact with the bezel tape when it is being handled. A nice easy way of removing the tape is to peel up an edge of the bezel tape. When you have done so, turn the bezel tape over. You can then use the bench and gravity along with your tweezers to separate the bezel insert tape from its backing paper. Doing it like this also means you are not actually holding the bezel insert tape until you're ready to install it. It can just rest there on the bench until you are ready. Here we are just doing a test fit of the bezel insert. The process we use here to align the insert with the indices on the dial is the same as the final fitting. We guide it in at the 12 o'clock position, and when we are happy it is aligned, we can place the rest of the insert down into the bezel. So we pick up the bezel insert tape with the tweezers. As you can see, there is very little contact between the two. Once you are comfortably holding the bezel tape, you want to take a piece of peg wood, or you can use a plastic stick like we have here. Make sure you have the outer edge of the bezel tape tucked up nicely against the inside of the bezel. Then you will want to use a peg wood or your chosen tool to apply some pressure to allow the bezel insert tape to adhere to the bezel, working around the bezel tape, keeping it nice and close to the edge of the bezel. Sometimes the adhesive tape is cut a little bit big or small. This one's a little oversized, so it will need to be cut so it fits. This is not ideal, but we selected this one for the video because we knew we'd have a problem. This is common and something most Seiko modders who source in their parts from AliExpress may come across. We are using some scissors to make the first cut. We follow this up with a second cut to remove a small amount of material so that the bezel tape will rest inside of the bezel. You'll see once we press the rest of the tape down, we have a nice complete circle of tape ready for the insert to be applied. It is important to ensure the bezel tape is all stuck down with a good adhesion to the bezel. Pegwood is a great tool for this, comes in different thicknesses. The one we selected here at 4mm fits perfectly on top of the bezel tape. providing a good even pressure all the way around. There is one upside to you having a slightly oversized bezel insert tape. Having cut the tape, it has left us two clean edges that we can use to easily remove the protective layer from the adhesive tape. Again, we are using sharp tweezers here. These are number 3 tweezers. So for the final fitting of the insert, just like the test fit we did earlier, we want to align the 12 o'clock position of the bezel insert with the 12 o'clock position of the dial. When you are happy with the alignment, we can rest the insert down into the bezel, giving it a final press down to ensure the adhesive tape has taken hold of the insert. Once you are happy that the insert is installed, you can give the insert a final inspection. This one seems to have picked up a bit of grease. We just remove this easily with a polishing stick. And that wraps up this quick guide from seikomotor.com. If you found it helpful, be sure to check out the rest of our written and video guides. We've made it easy to find exactly what you need when you need it. Whether you're just getting started or fine-tuning your next build, seikomotor.com is here to help you mod smart, mod easy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.